Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening. It's Billy and Big Stevie. How we doing, gentlemen?
Hello, Ox. Hello, Stevie.
How you doing, Billy? All right, mate?
No bad, buddy. No bad. Yourself, mate?
Brand new. And how's the Ox?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Well, I think, yeah. I'm all right, mate. You?
Aye, fantastic. Great news.
Aye. Yep. Looking a bit better than the last time I seen you, brother, if I'm being really honest.
Don't mention it. I'll start to feel drunk again.
At least you never ended up in Coat Bridge like me.
Mate, I could tell you a story or two about that night. After that night, I'll tell you. I ended up in the Royal Borough. I'll not say what one.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Successful evening was had by all, eh?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Great wee night. Good to meet everybody. And, I loved it. The food was great. Everything was, I think you do. Busy wee night, and, things like that. Some of the things you can't plan for, you just take the night as it goes. And the main objective was to raise cash for the three thingies. But it was brilliant. Good wee night.
How are you, Billy?
I'm fine, mate. Good news today and bad news. Let's get our teeth into it tonight, brother.
No, how are you?
I'm banging, mate.
Somebody's doing a bit, Stevie, eh?
I'm banging, mate. The battlefield we're on for the start of the week, so I'm not going to wind it off now type thing. So, I'm looking forward to the show tonight, guys, and I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday.
Okay. Well, this afternoon, I don't know about yours, Stevie, but my phone went a bit radio rental. And all of a sudden, the announcement, I got a message from our very own Old School Blue and to tell us what was breaking. And so, give us your thoughts.
My thoughts are just as what they've always been. I think it's absolutely brilliant. They've probably took them a wee bit of time to digest everything, and I'm glad they've pulled it. Just like the end game is, I'm just glad they've committed for the sake of the support. The biggest majority of the support, 95-96% of the support, does they want them to go for a mixture of different reasons, but the main reason nobody seems to want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, I'll just read you the club statement. Rangers can confirm the club will not be participating in the Sydney Super Cup in November 2022. After it became clear the tournament organisers were unwilling to fulfil their commitments to Rangers, we have with immediate effect terminated the club's agreement with the organisers. End of statement. Short and sweet and straight to the point. Billy?
You can't argue with that, can you? The less you give them, the more you speak about something, the more you can pick holes in it. So the way I see it is, myself included, the rest of the boys in the show and the majority of the fans, for obvious reasons, we didn't want associated with that mob anyway. So, and especially knowing they're friendly. So it's 1-1-1 for me. Yeah. As far as I can see it, mate.
It was a PR disaster for day one, if I'm being honest, Stevie. They broke the news on the day that there was court cases happening to deflect for what was being said about their brand, no our brand. And I think everybody can work that out. I think it was a smart move if you're involved with it. PR, but as they say, very bad news in certain days, so they try to do that. But we could see through it for day one, and it was a PR disaster. And look, I don't want to hang anybody on board it too long. I believe the talks had been going on since 2019. So it wasn't something that was done overnight, anything to do with Ange or anything like that, and obviously we got the mood of the camp wrong. People might have a different view, Stevie, but I think it was a PR disaster, and it could have been a financial disaster as well, because it could have affected our club long term.
Mm-hmm. Aye. Well, look, follow the money. How many years have we been saying follow the money?
Yep.
And that follow the money's coming to fruition now. We all know what they've done. We all know their background, their support, what they're about and where they're fae, and they know rightly how to use propaganda. You know that was a smoke screen. They released that on a day something bigger was going to get announced, and it was to deflect away from it. We know that. The worrying thing for me is, does some of the hierarchy at Ibrox know that? That's worrying.
Control that, Stevie. I'm being fair. I don't think they can control that, and I think that's when they started the breakdown of the contract. But it took a couple of weeks to unravel.
Aye, I get all that, Ox, but at the same time, there's wise saying things when you come out. We're doing it now, aren't we? We're talking about follow the money. You don't need to say it. You can just say stuff at points in that direction. Because let me tell you something, and sure as my name is what it is, if they were getting interviewed and the shoe was in their foot, they would not be holding back. They would not be holding back.
You're telling me that senior people involved with a club the other side of the city sold their morals and their scruples for money to be involved in an organisation and turned a blind eye to hideous crimes? Is that what you're telling me, Stevie?
I'm telling you 100. That is 100% what I'm telling you.
Wow.
And more.
And okay, mate. Okay. All right. Do you think the support will be pleased, Billy?
Absolutely, mate. Every single one of us. Unfortunately, I do feel for Australian Rangers supporters over there, because it had been really nice for them to see the Rangers going out there playing.
We're still kidding, Billy.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, mate. But I'm sure, as a club, that Rangers will be considering that, going down that avenue again, or going down that road again to do something in the future for the same supporters. That's my only concern, because listen, it was never going to suit everybody, was it? As I said, there were 99% of the support wanted, and maybe a percentage of the support didn't want to go there. 99% didn't want to go, and there were a percentage of the support and thought it was all right. But when you weigh everything up and you cross all the T's and dot the I's, then it was never making sense for me for day one. We could go down, as I said, Stevie said, we could go down the road for obvious reasons, but I'm not going to lower myself to do that, like, you know.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Listen, Stevie, I think we're going to be busy tonight. I think there'll be a response to this. I don't know what you're thinking, mate.
Oh, it's 100%. Well, look, there's been that many protests. There's been people on talking about the UB. You name it. No, we've been talking about it the last 3 to 4 weeks, about protests and the board and when we should have done it and when we shouldn't have done it. So I'm expecting the phone lines to be red hot tonight. And if the Bears are listening in, give a wee call and let's hear your point of view.
I'm no one for spreading rumours, as you well know, yeah?
Oh, here we go.
But I was talking to somebody today, and if things hadn't went the right way, we were thinking of cutting you back to £1, maybe looking at the hunger strike route for the matches. I'd like to claim credit for that, but let's just say it was somebody for the south side of the city, you know.
That's ridiculous. I see that, man. I'll choke that man when I get a hold of him. He'll no need to worry about court cases or pies or anything. I'll tell you right. And by the way, congratulations to the man for winning the big race, 600. So well done, brilliant, really brilliant. I'm pleased with him, because let me tell you one thing about that man. When you're in his company, he looks after the people he's with. And Southside, if you're listening, pal, you spend that money wisely. Keep an odd tenner right enough. I've got a couple of away games coming up.
I was generous. He's generous. I was buying around and he says, get him some crush to go over at me. I was touched, you know. Yeah, I was touched. Right, we get these phone lines open, Billy.
Yeah, man. Go for it, buddy.
Before you
Let's hear from...
See, before
Why
you...
don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
On you go, Stevie.
I was just about to say, I'm allowed to tell you about my trials and tribulations got to beat Albert.
I swore I wouldn't tell anybody. yes. I'll set the scene. So,
right, on you go.
Stephen very kindly said he would deliver a prize that was won by Albert. No, it wasn't actually won by Albert, it was won by somebody in Albert's company, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for the guy. You pays your money, you take your chance. And Stephen very kindly said he would deliver it, Billy. So, he gets Albert's, all the details of Albert to deliver it. Albert, the time and dates arranged. Stephen disappears into the wilderness. The phone goes, where is he? I says, I don't know. He said he'd be here at a certain time. You want to carry on, Stephen?
So I'm standing at his door, ringing his bell. And the next minute, eventually, somebody says, it's one of the bells that talk. You can see the video and all that on it. And hello? I says, I'm looking for Albert. Who? I says, Albert. Tell him it's Big Stevie for the drum. Albert. So I'm getting through my phone to check all the emails again, and I went, oh, that's his name. So I ended up saying Albert's real name, and she went, oh, no, that's the door round the corner. So I felt all right, I did. So I did, man. I was starting to laugh with these two boxes. Look, I'm looking for Albert. The woman must have been away and went, there's a big growing man at the door and he's looking for Albert. Even I told Albert, he stopped laughing. He was hyperventilating. So he was, oh, dear. But anyway, crazy stuff. And well done to Albert and all, by the way. Fantastic.
Here, mate. What a man. What great company. It was great company. Never stopped laughing all night every time I spoke to him.
Answered the door with shin guards on. Crazy.
Just shin guards. Right, okay. We'll get the callers in now. But aye. I think I've got to laugh, Billy, ain't you?
Oh, dear. A bogus gas, man. I'm here to ramshack your house.
He's so much Billy. That's what it was like.
Brilliant. There you go. Superb, mate. Different class. Brilliant.
Could have been better. Thanks very much. He's no in.
Aye, you better believe it. And can I also say just a wee quickie, I'd like to thank James for Tennessee for his kind donation. Ox,
Here.
the man appeared all the way for Tennessee. I got a fridge magnet and a nice kind donation towards the Robert Mulholland Butch. Obviously handed back to yourself to put in the rest of the money. Yep. Okay, mate. Yep. Thanks a lot, James.
Yep. Good to see you. Evening, Alan. How are we doing?
Not too bad, Doc. So who we joined with?
You've got Big Stevie and Billy.
Stevie for the drum travel.
Aye.
And Billy, aye, right. And what it is, I'm absolutely over the moon. Because I've been raging for 4 weeks about this situation with this carry on going to Sydney. Now, I don't want to associate anything today with them for what they're doing. The Scottish press, this and that. But see, to be quite honest with you, I can't stand them. I hate them. And I wouldn't even pay my money to go to Parkhead. And for the things that it's coming in, reading in the papers, now, they're saying there's 25 cases. I've just been told there's at least 40 cases for that situation.
Alan, just watch where you're going, because there is live court cases. So.
Oh, aye. But I'm not going to say what it is, but you understand what I'm saying. But aye.
We get it, mate. We get it. I don't think you're alone, Lou. I never thought.
Well, okay then. I'll change the point. I'm happy
Right.
I'm over the moon, same as every other Rangers fan all over the world.
Maybe no all, mate. Some people have got a different point of view.
Well,
Stevie, Stevie, I don't think Alan's alone and happy that the whole thing's cancelled.
Oh, 100%. We're all delighted. We're all delighted at the fact that we just look. I'll say it again. Not one of us have got a problem with Rangers going to Australia, and not one of us have got a problem with Australian Bears. It was the company we were keeping going. It was the principal thing. And the bottom line is, it's now been kicked into touch. And all I can say is, well done, the Rangers board. They've sat down, they've probably had to wait and a few things getting okayed before they could. I mean, they can't just switch things on and off like a tap. This is what we've got to remember. And they can't just turn around and apply to every single supporters club or fan that challenges them. You know, there's ways of doing things, and they've done it now anyway. They've pulled out, and I'm relieved they've pulled out, because the bottom line is it was the company they were keeping, and we all know the real reasons why the Rangers fans didn't want us to go there, and it was nothing to do with being called the Old Firm or the Glasgow Derby or anything like that. There's a lot deeper reasons, and we don't need to get into them. The main thing is it no longer exists.
Yeah. Billy.
Listen, I just to echo like Stevie's thoughts there. I mean, we've got nothing against travelling to Australia to play in a tournament like that against other opposition. But there were going to be a fan segregation problem, right? And another thing, the way they've treated us over the last 10 years, sorry, I mean, we're the greatest of rivals anyway, and we're always got to be the greatest enemies and rivals, eh? And so, in my book, we were never, I would never, if I've got an enemy, certainly not got to be my friend, so I'm not going to be friends with them. They've hung effigies for their stadium. They've mocked the late great Walter Smith. We've had Sevco thrown at us. We've had this co, that co. And everything else have thrown at us over the last 10 years. I mean, they even slated us at their own EGM. So, for me, I was against this for day one. And then, as I said earlier on here, I'm not want to go down another road for obvious reasons. But, I mean, that's me only scratching the surface with that mob. You know what I mean?
I think there's been a sea change, and obviously the last few weeks things have changed off the park. But between the clubs in the last 10 years, Alan, we're no naive to what happened in 2012. We all know, and I'm sure as the exit will come out in the wash eventually, because somebody usually breaks around. Sometimes it can take nearly 30, 40 years for things to come out.
Yes, it could. You're spot on there. And the other thing I was want to say is that, see, with the carry on between the board, I mean, I felt that it should have been a personal, private phone call for to stop all this nonsense, you know, the carry on at Dundee. So they're actually listening to the Rangers supporters, people, us pay our money to go and see our teams, we pay our money to go to Scottish Cups, League Cups, Europe, whatever. I'll be going to the game on Sunday, and then I'll be going to I think it's St Mirren, and then Celtic again. I can't remember, but I've got the tickets for that. 35 quid a ticket in the Mount Florida area, Rangers End. Another thing is, I was wanting to ask guys, I was thinking what team that I would play if somebody maybe say something different, but this would be my team ops. It'd be McGregor, Tavernier, Golson, Balogun, Bassey, Kent, Aribo, Jack, Ramsey on the right hand side, and Alfredo up front if he's fit. If not, if he's not fit, then play what's the boy's name? The boy Riff. What do you think, panel?
Stevie?
My team's very much the same. Very much the same. Only I never had what do you call it?
Ramsey.
I never had Ramsey in it. Aye. I never had Ramsey. I had Jack Lowstrom and Aribo, and then I had Kent, Sakala and Alfie. And the reason I went for Sakala and Kent is totally up the pace up front. Aye, 100%. But listen, can we really leave Ramsey after the way he played there with Wales the other night? And if he's fit, you know, it's some scenario we're in, you know. Any one of the teams, to be honest, would do me, you know, really would for starting, because then you're going to have a strong bench no matter what you look at. But again, we're hearing the rumours about Alfie. We don't know how bad it is. We're hearing these in London. Whether it's true or not is another thing. As Ox says, no all women are women on the internet, you know. So maybe it's not rumourville. So we just need to wait and see.
Aye, interesting. I think most people's teams and have been very similar, Alan. I think the back four and the goalkeeper pitch itself, and the rest there'll be odd changes. But look, we have to win the game. I would argue that this is our biggest game in 10 years.
Oh, definitely.
Biggest game in 10 years.
We've got to win this. There's no doubt about it. We've got to win this.
Billy, biggest game in 10 years?
Yep.
Possibly, mate. Possibly.
Tell me one that's been bigger.
Maybe our last European game. Getting into the last 16.
No chance.
No?
No.
Sorry, getting into the quarter final.
No. This is a one-half game, mate. I don't see anything that's bigger.
I know, mate.
Bigger than the League Cup final. Bigger than, maybe for the club, maybe the qualifying for Europe, all these things were big, but this is in a one-half game. This is the biggest. Stevie?
I said that there before Billy came in. It's the biggest game. I mean, Bridge will say it every week. It's the biggest game of the season, but looking back, everything that's riding on this, you know, for me, it's the biggest game we've had in a long, long time, put it that way.
And you
sorry.
Yes, mate.
One other thing I was going to say is I do the demolition, and I've not got any Celtic pals on my Facebook or anything like that. But this boy came up to me and said to me the day, he says, what would you rather win? The championship? I'm on the phone just now. Would you win the championship or the Europa League? And I said I wanted to do the treble.
Fair enough.
I'm on the phone to the Rangers, so mad I'll be...
Excuse me, I lost Alan. I don't like domestics live, Stevie. I don't know about you.
There's nothing worse than having your bird done if your wife's there.
See, because he does demolition, do you think that makes him a good fellow?
Sorry, Ox, what was that?
Because he does demolition, does that make him a good fellow?
Good fellow, yes. I'm way you know, aye.
Yes.
And if he wants to knock down, there's a big building on the east end of the city at London Road. They can start it.
Right, in you come, Billy. Give us your rationale why you don't think it's the biggest game in the last decade.
Oh, listen, we won the league. That's a bread and butter, right? That's the main man, right? But you won the Europa League. Get to the final. We're in the Champions League anyway. We've got to make more money at the Europa League, and we will do for one season, and to win the Scottish Premier League. Right. So we're on about just over 10 million now for where we've got. Right. That's without ticket sales, and TV money, and sponsorship deals. So we've made more money for that. Now, if we can go further than that and win that tournament, we're going to get to the place we want to get by winning the league, and we're also got to make more money. The game is more. Obviously, you could say it's a bigger game. I don't know, Ox, because
So it's all about money then. Here's a good idea. Why don't we go to Australia and play a friendly against them then if it's all about money?
You were only getting 3 million for that. We've got 10 million for the Europa League.
But you get it's money for nothing.
I know. And I can sing the song, I know.
Right, so what I'm saying is we play Braga twice and we play we play Sunday, Thursday, Braga. We could lose the game and still get through. It's the biggest one-half game, Stevie, in 10 years. Maybe the biggest game people might argue was the Hedge game at Brecon. I can understand that rationale and different things along the journey, but this is the biggest game we've played in 10 years, in my opinion, Stevie.
I agree. I totally agree. It's the biggest. It's everything. It's the mindset. It's the game. I mean, we won this game, the mindset, the pendulum swings with us, and the pressure's on. We've been there afore, our squad's been there afore. After that, I don't think they'll be able to cope with the pressure. So, it's the biggest game. And you're talking about whoever wins the league, obviously, is getting what they say is a pot of 40 million quid. Now, can I ask a question on that 40 million quid? I know that's a ballpark figure, right? It's roughly around about 40 million by all your tickets and money and all the rest of it. But am I right in saying no matter, say we won the Europa League, right? Say we won that, do we not automatically qualify for the Champions League? Would that not then take part of their dough away?
I would have the money, mate, between
both. So would they get 40 million? And say we didn't win the Europa League and we still went through the qualifying rounds of the...
Still have money.
What?
You still have the
money. So at the end of the day, the pot we're all talking about 40 million could be... We've got 2 different ways to get there.
3 ways.
3 ways, aye. Yep. So, listen, so it's not really a pot of 40 million quid, but at the end of the day, I get everything you've said, everything Billy said. I can't think of a more bigger game where a lot's riding on it, where the 2 teams are really at each other now as well, stuff like that, everything surrounding it. For me, it's the biggest game we've had in 10 years, aye.
Aye, I get it. Maybe we're clouded, Billy, and we see games done wrongly. I get that. I get the rationale.
Aye, mate. No, I completely understand where you're coming from. I mean, that's just my wee thoughts on it. Maybe I'm trying to play it down. Maybe that's just the way I like to do things. Try to play it down to take.
Well, I think you're right. The one in the Europa League is more prestige. You get more prestige for that. More, if you win the Europa League, then you would play the winners of the Champions League in a tournament somewhere for a cup. Is that not right? Is that right?
Super Cup.
Super Cup. So for prestige and maybe to do things for the, I don't know. I really don't know when I say that. It's something I'd need to really get into in my head. I need to lock myself in a dark room.
Perfect scenario, Stevie, I think, is if we won the league, we won the Scottish Cup, we won the Europa League. They gun us qualifiers and they get parked out and they get hee-haw and then they get what's coming to them and we clean up. That's what you call an ace, king, queen, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you right.
The thing about that is, I'll be honest with you, Billy, I think I need a new liver. I've got to be honest. Yeah.
Can I say something? Meatloaf springs to mind 2 to 3 ain't bad.
I get it, but we can dream. I mean, now we get Sunday out the way and we're in the quarter-final here. A major European competition, Stevie. It's just, when you go back to the Hedge, you go back to 2018, 4 years ago, they were playing them at Hampden and we think, will we ever beat them again? Now we're in the quarter-final of the Europa Cup. We're challenging on all fronts domestically. Yeah, we never won the League Cup, so, but, I'd like to win it, of course I would, but we never. Stevie, and then we'll be joined with Blue Star.
Aye, Ox, man. I can remember going back, just I think it was 3 years ago, maybe possibly 4. We go, who was it in the cup? And it was snowing. And it was, I can't remember, were we up north somewhere? and it was snowing, man. And honestly, man, I've never felt anything like it in my life. It took me 3 days to defrost when I get back down the road. Honestly, I can remember.
Was that Cove Rangers? Was that Cove Rangers? Or we put somebody in the cup. We put them on a Friday night or something, didn't we?
Aye, oh man.
One that scored the 2 goals, didn't he?
That's right. That's the game. And can I tell you something, by the way? I think, honestly, I tear up my clacker bag off my thigh. It was absolutely bitter, by the way. The things you get through for your team, but you're talking about the hedge. I'm talking about that. And listen, see what we've done in Europe, guys. It is, honestly, it's movie stuff. For where we've been and where we are now, beating teams like Borussia Dortmund, Benfica, are the 2 games we should have beat them, Villarreal, Feyenoord, they go on and on and on. What we've done in Europe is absolutely unreal, man. Unreal. Extreme stuff to where we are now. And what a month this is ahead. You're talking about a new liver. I've no nails left to do, man.
Anyway, we've been joined by Blue Star. Evening, Blue Star.
Yeah, Blue.
Evening, Knox. Evening, Billy. Evening.
Hi, Paul.
Nice. Stevie. Yeah, you heard you saying there, is it the biggest game in the last 10 years or so? Ox, even if we win on Sunday, which we have to win, because I'm not going to lang with Haitley and them saying if we get a draw, we can potentially still win it. I'm telling you, no, we don't win that on Sunday. It's Tata the league, 100%. So even winning it on Sunday, the following game, Braga, the following league game, every league game's been out at the end of the season is going to be the biggest. Everyone, and I know we say that every week, but you know what I mean, because of the points system. Everything, our last 7 games, they're all going to be the biggest, because we'll need to win them all. Absolutely, 100%, we'll need to win them all. And I get the bit with the prestige with the Europa, and I've thought about it myself. Would winning it be absolutely amazing? Like Stevie says, our run in the Europa has been absolutely tremendous. Of course it would. It gets you into the Champions League, obviously. It would be awesome. But beating butter is the league. Therefore, we're going to have to win all 7 games. Because even if we win on Sunday, and we won the rest of our games, we're still going to have to beat them another twice to carry on if we're going for the treble, as we all know. So, for me, every single league game, we will definitely have to win them all, week by week.
Listen, I think the point they make, and I tend to on your side with the thing, but what they're saying is stranger things have happened in a run-in, Stevie, but it doesn't look like both teams have got reasonable form. They're on a run domestically. Yeah, they've lost a lot of games, but in Europe, I think they've lost to everybody in Europe. I don't think there's anybody who's not beat them, but we're on a decent run of form. What was that, mate?
Venezuela's, they've beat them on the Eurovision Song Contest, didn't they? That's the only European tournament they've not been knocked out, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, Australia are in that as well, aren't they? So, I see where you're coming from, Blue Star. You're right, it would become very difficult, and that's how Stevie, come in, mate. You think it's the biggest game in 10 years?
Look, I get everything Blue Star said. Everything he said, he's totally right, apart from one wee thing. If we draw against Celtic on Saturday and the league still can be won, my white flag isn't getting up, mate. We've got a motto, no surrender. Until it's mathematically done, then that's when, till it's done, basically. That's all I'm saying. If we draw, which is, in my eyes, no good, we need to win it. That's how I see it too. But I'm not putting my white flag on. I'm not saying the league's done if we draw with them. Definitely no. I'll bet the next game and the next game and the next game to it's mathematically done. There's no white flag getting up here in this house anyway, that's for sure. But everything Blue Star said, he's totally right. Every game's the biggest. Every game's a cup final, and they're running. And for prestige is what he was saying. I can only agree. But
Blue Star's known for his positivity, Stevie.
Blue Stars an agony, and we all know it.
Blue Star's the only one. Blue Star's the only one that calls it as it is. Stevie's just put the white flag up in his house because we don't play them on Saturday for starters. We play them on Sunday.
It starts in his house on Saturday.
Correct. I get my spray tan orange and then a few drinks.
Stevie, realistically though, I mathematically, yes, fair enough. If we did draw with them on Sunday, we're effectively, that would be 4 points. Gone with the goal difference, unless we battered in, unless it was going to be 440, was it 15 each, they'd be 5 points. Therefore, they would need to lose another 2 games. I'm telling you guys, that ain't going to happen. Never mind stranger things will happen. It ain't going to happen. We'll need to win every game.
They would need to lose one and draw one. You know,
but not it wouldn't, Stevie, because they'd still be 15 goals in front. We're not going to score 15 goals. And they're not going to drop goals every single game.
What's that? Do your arithmetic, mate.
I know.
The arithmetic's 15 goals.
No.
They're 15 to the good, 4 and against. They are.
There's a reason why you've got 2 ears in one mouth, mate, yeah? Listen, they're only 3 points in front. If it was a draw, they'd still only be 3 points in front. We beat them, they draw again, we win the rest of their games, we win the league.
And what about the goals?
They're still only 3 points behind us. Do your arithmetic.
Oh, sorry, if they draw,
Thank you. Thank you. Carry on, Billy. To the
call.
Carry on, Billy.
I concur. Blue Star. Can I ask you something, my friend? Are you sure you meant to the Protestant school?
100% it did.
We all wondered about that, but we know he did. We go to check too.
Non-denominational, but
yes, that's what it's called.
Guys, honestly, be realistic. Do you seriously think we don't need to win every single game?
If we don't win the league, if we don't win on Sunday, it becomes difficult, mate. Very difficult. But relying on somebody to do us a favour, mate. Yeah, and that's never the way to be. Have stranger things happened before? Yes, they have. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Helicopter Sunday, aye.
Done us a favour.
Aye. So, we'll see where it goes, but I think we have to win on Sunday. Billy?
Aye, mate. Aye. Listen, to be honest with you, we can sit here and say we need to do this, we need to do that. The way I'm looking at the game on Sunday is we've got nothing to fear. Nothing to fear whatsoever. Now, if I was playing in that All Firm game, the last game, and I was coming in at the changing room at Parkhead, Big Terry Butcher used to kick the hinges off the door and booted it on. Mind he kicked it open, there when Billy McNeil was getting an interview on time. I'd be reading a riot act with my fellow Bears, my fellow football players, my teammates after the 90 minutes, and I would be making it plain to them on Sunday that result was a one-off, and we're going out to give them a doing, and I'd be pulling out all the stops to do it on Sunday. So I'm very confident on Sunday, and I'm not just confident for that reason. I'm confident in our footballing ability and the players we've got in positions that we can go and do them on Sunday. And if we get maybe get a 2-0 or that would do a 1-0 would do me. My all hearts tell me go out and give them a battering, right? But my head's telling me it'll be tight. And
right. But first and foremost, the point you're making is we have to win the game. Blue Star, I'm with you, mate. I do think it'll be difficult, but not impossible. Yeah, but we need to go with the mindset of winning the game. It's like a league game at Ibrox against them. The mindset.
Absolutely, and we're playing in front of our own fans. Oh, there was one thing I found interesting when Thingby says obviously said in the paper that when Souness was in charge of them, never once, which I found very, very weird, he says never once did Souness go out and say to him, right, you better go out there and beat them. He says he never ever done that. He says he used to just leave it up to us. He says his attitude was, he says he would stare at us. He says and say, it's just get out and play the way that you know you can. As Thingby just said there, the very fact that we played the way we did in that last league game against them, our players really shouldn't need fired up, especially when they know they're going out in front of 52,000 Bears. It should be a case that they're going out to prove to themselves, first and foremost, and they're going out to prove to the fans that they're going out to give them a doing. Definitely.
Yeah, when you go, mate, when you go.
I just want to remind all the Bears that's listening in tonight, they've had one good half against us in 2 years. One good half of football in 2 years. The second half at Parkhead, as bad as we were, we were the better team in the second half and just couldn't get the ball on the cobblers. But they've had one good half against us, and they really need any kind of bit of paper put up in the wall to tell them what they need to do. Surely as professional players and Rangers men, as some of them are on the team, they don't need nothing. Surely they should be able to go out and do the damage. They know this is a business end of the league now. We can't afford any more hiccups. They've got to go out and get the win.
Yeah. Simple as that. Simple as that. Self-motivation, is that the point you're making, Stevie?
110%. What else do they need? Oh, come on, the Rangers get hammered right into them.
You know, aye.
You bang on, Stevie. Bang on, mate.
There's certain games you shouldn't have to. Listen, every manager, I take your point on Souness, every manager will have a different style. Every manager. Some people will be shouting and bawling. Some people will be calm. It's how you want to portray yourself, Billy.
That's entirely correct, mate. There's no two managers at Ibrox been the same in our history. So, I mean, the Old Firm games take care of themselves, don't they? It's all about who wants it most on the day. Win it in the middle of the park. That's what I've always watched the Old Firm games. The Old Firms always win in the middle of the park, and you can normally tell
battles first.
Aye, yeah. You hang me as well, mate. You can normally tell after about 20 minutes of the game, 25 minutes into the game, what way the game's going to go. If you're on top or who's playing the better football. 9 times out of 10. I mean, obviously that game, the last time we played them, you know what I mean. It went the way we didn't want it to go. But as you said, Stevie, I mean, you're bang on, mate. I never thought about it that way. But I knew they hadn't beat us for 2 years, obviously. But they've had one, that's even better a point, mate. They've had one good half against us in 2 years, which is bang on the money in my book, big man. Well said.
Aye, it'll be interesting to see how we go. It's the build-up's coming. You can tell that the anticipation, battle fever, whatever you want to call it, Blue Star is beginning to build up. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. It's been building up with me since a right few weeks. Would you start with Ramsey, Ox?
Oh, that's a real tough question, mate. He's played well for Wales there. Has he done it? If you take his form for us, just us, he wasn't great in the last game. Scored a goal. Wasn't great. Had a better performance against Dundee in the Cup. Never got on the pitch away in Europe. With a start.
My rationale would be, Ox, see to put a kind of spanner, going from Gio's point of view, a kind of spanner in the works. The chances are, if we're led to believe what is true, that definitely it looks as if Alfie's not going to make it. So fine, the automatic replacement you'd have to say would be Roof up front, obviously. But to put a spanner in the works, it would mean dropping. I don't know if you could drop Lindstrom or no. It was just that, for me, I always think sometimes it's a good thing, especially if you're playing in front of your own fans. See if they can put somebody in. And if you were going to put somebody in that maybe you wouldn't have thought of, Ramsey would obviously be the choice, because he's obviously fat enough. He has the experience, and boy oh boy, the guy's got the ability. They wouldn't know how to handle it like Sir Ramsey.
Don't you post that? Was that Boyle you said?
You know what I mean? They wouldn't know how to handle another guy running at them for the midfield, and that's what Ramsey would do, because that's the way he played with Wales the other night. Because I watched it. He was still full of energy doing that right-hand side. In fact, one shot he hit, you thought at first he'd hit just the post. The goalkeeper got his fingertips to put it onto the post that it was getting in. So you could see he's got the ability, and he had the speed. You know, so if you had him in the middle of the park as well, and he's going to run at them, plus what he can do, Ox, that we've badly been missing. That was one of the things that we had. Ramsey's brilliant at threading that ball through for other players, because you've seen it even in one game, the away game was at Ross County, when he was passing it through all the time for Kent. Kent was making hundreds of runs inside. I'm sure that was the one Big Stevie was at. Ramsey put 10 balls through and they were terrific.
I can't try my thinking playing against Ross County. Well, I think if I was to play Ramsey, it would be in front of Jack and Lundstrom and Aribo and Kent either side of him. That would be my rationale. Stevie?
Yep.
Aye, you'd need to play him there. That would be it. As you said, if it's not going to be Alfie and it's going to be Ruth, then, you know, the through balls to Ruth could be the good thing, or even Kent. He's got a choice there, then he's got a bit of pace running, won't he? Whether we Alfie, we take well, we all know he's not the paces we Alfie, but we all know his strong sides of the game, and if you've got somebody like him putting the ball through all the time, then you're wanting Ruth and you're wanting Kent to run, won't you, aren't you? So you'd need to play him there. You'd need to play him in front of Lundstrom and Jack. Yep.
Ox, I think Ramsey's a stick-on for Sunday. I mean, first and foremost, when he first came, obviously he wasn't up to speed. He's just played an international game there, and the rest is history. I mean, this is what Aaron Ramsey was brought to us for, to play in these type of games. I mean, the way I see it, I mean, I've got roughly two ideas.
Right, but, time I'm talking about Aaron Ramsey.
That's what I'm talking about. But I've got him in my two. I've got him in my two teams as a number 10.
Oh, you're breaking up there, mate. I wouldn't like to lose you. Stevie, what do you think?
He's not Stevie, isn't he?
Oh, he's a bad man, Billy. You're going to find us. He's listen. See, even when he's away in his granny crop and putting a cap flap in his granny's budgie cage, he's a bad man.
It's a yes or a no answer. Would you play Aaron Ramsey?
Yes.
Right, thank you. We'll not ask you who you play with him, but just Aaron Ramsey. Right.
Right back.
Right. But to the three of you, is he playing central in front? Is he playing on the right? Where are you playing him? Blue then, Billy.
Oxham, I know you're going for there. Normally I thought you'd have played him in the centre, but see, after seeing him playing with Wales on the right, we could play him. It wouldn't matter where we played him, because he'll make the runs. And as Stevie says there, see if we had Ruth instead of Alfie, and we know Alfie's attributes are, but if they've got Ruth, we know how to get at their defence. If you've got a Ruth, a Kent, a Ramsey threading balls through to them, plus him running at them, I think you could play him middle or right, but I think you might play him in the right.
Billy?
He's a number 10 for me, mate. He's a number 10 all day long for me, mate. Just staff whoever's playing up front. If we go one up top, I would be playing Ramsey just in behind. Or if he goes two up top, like we beat Celtic the last time, when we beat them 4-1, I'd play Ramsey just in behind him. And maybe we Kent up a side with, and you could switch that about too. That two up front can go to a 2-1. Ruth could lead the line, and Ramsey and Kent could switch about and drop in and find wee pockets. Or you could play, as I said, Ramsey as a number 10.
Where are you playing Joe Aribo then?
Where
are you playing Joe Aribo? I
would say Joe Aribo at left mid.
Left mid?
Yeah. That's where he played against. That's where he played the day we beat Celtic 4-1. Exactly there.
We played a 4-3-3. We don't play a 4-3-3 anymore. Anyway, I think we've been joined by Alex from Wishaw. Evening, Alex.
Good evening, Oaks here. Good evening, Stevie, Billy, Blue Star. Hope everybody's doing okay.
Good, mate. Good. How's your good health, mate?
Evening, Alex.
Good stuff.
The floor's yours, Alex.
What were you talking about earlier about Ramsey? Would we play him?
Aye, well, quickly, that was the question we get round to, yeah?
Oh, definitely. Definitely play the fella. That's what he's here for. This is the games for him. If he's fit, no problem at all. Certainly been the starting 11.
Where are you playing him, Alex?
I would play him in just the right-hand side.
Right, okay. So who would you play in the middle of the sort of supporting three?
The supporting three would have Jack, Lundstrom, Kamara,
and then Kent on the other side, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, mate.
I would leave what you call it Joe Aribo. I would put him in the bench just for, I think the guys maybe need a wee bit of a break, and he's no a bad fella to bring on if needed.
The only thing I would say about Joe is we miss him in both boxes, even when he's not been playing well.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely a footballer. It's one of the choices, but if it's down to me, that's a selection I would have, you know.
Gets his head on a lot of stuff, didn't he, for us in both boxes, mate, yeah?
Oh, he's a fantastic footballer, but I think he's just a wee bit jaded at the moment.
I agree. I mean, I don't think that African Nation Cup has been a good thing for him, is it? He's never reached the heights, Billy, since he came back for there, has he?
Nah, mate. Nah, he hasn't. But one thing the boy doesn't do is hide. He still, if it's no working for him, he works his socks off. You know what I mean? He's up and down, and he's working for the team, which is always a good thing to see. Eh?
Aye, I just think I think JD's a good word, Stevie.
Yes, we were talking there a minute ago about Aaron Ramsey opening defences up. That's exactly what Joe Rebo's good at. You know, he looks for that pass there, and he's also good at cutting in and doing a kind of curving shot at goal as well. But Big Joe Aribo's a great football player. He was my player of the season up into the African Nations, and then he's come back, and he's not been the same player. He's not had the heights of what he had before. Gone to the African Nations. I don't know if the boys jaded a wee bit with playing too many games. I don't know what the script is with him, but he's definitely not been the same since he came back. That's just my opinion. And we can also remember too, guys, Aaron Ramsey, when we're talking about him, he can also hit a ball, by the way. So maybe you want him just playing behind our centre forward, whoever it's going to be, whether it's Alf or whether it's going to be Roof. Aaron Ramsey can pick a shot, by the way. He can hit a ball as well. So we've got to have him buzzing round about that 18-yard box. That's exactly where you want him to play. You want him to play in the middle. He can go either way then, no?
Billy yourself goes both ways, yeah?
Do you know what's good about Aaron Ramsey as well? If you're playing him in that role, he's the type of player that can run beyond the striker and into the make late runs into the box, and that's something new and again. It sometimes misses for us. That dynamic Ian Durrant type run, you know what I mean? And that Aaron Ramsey's the kind of player that would do that.
You're going to have to look at the equaliser against Dundee, mate. Got yourself a tap in.
There you go. Yeah. There you go, mate.
Positioning. Yep.
Just that sniff. That sniff, I like that. You can't teach it, can you?
That's all there. He's an out footballer, this fella. And that's what he's here for. This is the games he's here for. Make no mistake about it. We're Celtic, their weak links is there's two defenders. They're right back, that big Ralston, or the other one at the play, the foreign boy, and that young Taylor. That's what Rangers will get at them. I've no doubts about Sunday. And I'm telling you now, the back of 3 o'clock, we'll be top of the league with them. Albeit they'll be top with goal difference, and that'll be the only difference. We'll beat them. I'm 100% sure in this now.
Alec for Wishaw has never rang, Billy. Never rang.
Different classmate. What do you drink, Alec? What do you drink, mate? Because I'm sending you a bottle of whiskey down.
I'm telling you now, we'll get in there and we'll beat them. All the press that you're getting, whether you're hearing the social media, the Sky, you'll get that Alan and all these guys on. The only Thompson they'll need is a solicitor shortly.
I think they're on the other side. I think they're on the other side, aren't they? Thompson's. That was very good, Alex. I like that.
No, seriously, no. We'll get in there, by the way, and we'll beat them. I've no problems about this. This has all been geared up with they're going today and the full lot. They beat us. They beat us fair and square the last time, 3-0. They're not getting away from it. They've done their work. We never played well, and they beat us. That's it. You've got to remember the record we've got to Ibrox. Over the last couple of years, undefeated here. And it'll be no difference on Sunday. I'm telling you, the back at 3 o'clock.
I hope you're right.
You hear, Stevie?
Oh, listen, I hope you're right, Alec. I can only go by our home record's been absolutely magic. And as I said earlier on, Alec, that mob's had one good half of football in 2 years. Remember that? And see everything the press say. We all know what the press is about. We all know who they're jumped on board with that lot all the time, aren't they? I mean, there Aaron Ramsey was trapped, he was injured, and he wouldn't be playing in the Old Firm game. And lo and behold, the Welsh manager came on and says, "Aye, that's right, he's not playing because I've no draft him." He says, "I'm keeping him for the Old Firm game because he's wanting to be fresh for the Old Firm." They had the boy down as injured and no playing, and it's unbelievable the way they taught up here the propaganda with the press. But anyway, we're not getting into that because we all know what they're about. But I hope you're right, Alec. I hope come 3 o'clock I'm kicking about the Cortland Road, bouncing about like a tiger, man.
Guaranteed, Stevie, you'll be bouncing, son. You'll be bouncing on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock after that game. The feeling song will be right around the stadium.
I'm feeling it.
That's it, mate. You get a battle fever on. The battle fever started.
It's on that as well. See to beat them and do it with a bit of style if we do that on Sunday. See the euphoria, as the guys are saying there, with likes of Sky or whatever. See even we're in players, we're in support. See the euphoria that'll give us, and then we're going into play in Europe when they're that the momentum that gives you, the pride, the boost that'll give our own players, it'll be tremendous. Honestly, it will, because we all know momentum's everything in football, and to do them, bring it back to evens, and then we're playing in Europe, and that'll give your squad a tremendous boost.
Aye. Well, doesn't matter what happens, they'll still not be playing this time next week, will they? Yeah, they'll be watching EastEnders, you know what I mean, when we're playing in Europe. It's true, isn't it?
They'd be better watching Judge Judy to get some tips.
Sir, I'm going to say something. See, we get released tonight and we're not going to this Sydney trip.
Yes, Alan.
That's absolutely wonderful now what the board's done, whether we agreed or disagreed. But that's come out at the right time now, because that will unite the Rangers support even more if it was possible.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, we'll get in there, everybody behind the team 100%. I'm not saying we don't do that, but there was a wee bit niggles goes on there, right?
I got a phone call.
And now we're getting in there, everybody's focused.
I got a phone call from one of Union Bears to see if I knew anybody wanted to buy 50,000 tennis balls. There
you go, well done. But see the mindset of the team now. Our mindset is we've got to win every league game now. Yeah. Never mind the goal difference, whether 14, 15 goals in front. Our mindset is win every game now. And we win the championship.
Yeah, talking about mindsets. Get yourself in mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Who's that team they call the Rangers? Who's that team we all adore? They're the boys in loyal blue and the Scotland gallantry, and the head to show the world what they can do. Some people say Real Madrid, the biggest football team.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
And you come, Alex, and you come. Obviously, we cut you short a wee bit there because we're going for the tune. I think the vast majority of the support would be happy with the decision we made today. People have different reasons. Their own views are relevant, Alex, but I think the vast majority of support will be happy.
Oh, without a doubt, the vast support, what do you call it, really, pleased with the result that's come out of the game. It's just take a wee bit of time there to, what do you call it, finalise it. As I say, my brother stays out in Australia and that, and he was looking forward to go to the game and that, but I explained things to him as well there, and he's like, 100%, Ali, that's what it's all about, that. We don't want to be seen associated with the other side and that. And it's a wise move. I feel sorry for James Bisgrove at the beginning, if he's, what do you call it, I think he was misadvised. I'm not just blaming him, the other ones, he must have put it by other people on that on the board. It's been an adventure that they thought was going to be very good for the club. We know the finance and that. And it's brilliant if the club went out to Australia and Canada and that. Just the way things has happened, that this is not the right time with them.
Well said, Billy.
Alex, bang on, mate. As we've said earlier on there, mate, it's first and foremost, we're not friends with them. Forfeit, you know what I mean? And as I've said, but I feel sorry for our Australian Bears out there. And if your all Australian Bears listening in, I really mean that, guys. I feel sorry for you, but let's hope that our club can, in the near future, try and sort something out that's can be beneficial to the club, and also let the Australian Bears see again, eh?
All right, we'll be good. Yeah. How we doing, Billy?
That ain't no bad.
Nah, what's on your mind, mate?
So I'm not going to mention nothing about Australia. The only thing is stay there is koala bears and kangaroos. Just think about, like say this weekend.
Yes, Billy.
All fun game.
Yes, mate.
I think we've got enough. Few Morellis is out. Seemingly there was 40 of them leaving Glasgow Airport on crutches.
Mm-hmm.
Seemingly going down to London to get muscle thigh injury done. But we've got enough in our own house to get the better of them.
Stevie?
Listen, we've got Mellon. We've got a squad there.
Enough.
Mellon capable of beating Celtic. Come on, man. Of course we have. No matter Morelos is playing or not. Look, we all know what the wee man can bring to the party. He can hold a full back line up himself. He's got an eye for goal. He knows what it's all about. He gets it right in about it. But listen, let's not be kidded too. You've got guys there, Roof and that. Roof's already scored the goals against Celtic too. I'm pretty confident no matter who we play up front, we've got enough in our tank to beat that lot.
I honestly think you're going to get for the likes of Lundstrom or Tavernier or young boy big up for Aberdeen. He's back.
Ranger.
Aye. I think it's going to be one of the three, and we'll get the one. I think it'll be quite comfortable. You know what I mean? Because I think Rangers will be trying to make amends for the last game when obviously whatever happened that day. But we'll do it. We'll get the crowd behind us. We'll get the Rangers support and all that. And to be honest, we'll get more in the tank than what they've got. You know what I mean? They will do it.
Yeah,
They will do it. And even if it's a draw or whatever, it's not the end of the league. It's not the end of the season. It's no games to go.
Mm-hmm. Aye, it just makes it harder for us, mate. Yeah.
I know. I just don't want. I was going to say the bees. I don't want them getting methyl, you know. But I think they will do it. My thought was maybe what about, that young fella that scored in the B team. No fun. I think he'll be in the sub bench. Aye.
He might get a place on the bench. But I mean, we've got a lot of players that maybe be in front of him. You're going to have John McLaughlin. You'll have Hollander. You'll have Barris.
Aye.
You'll maybe have Scotty Arfield, Sakala. That's and that's without if is Kamara on the bench. If Ramsey plays, you might get a place on the bench. You never know. You're a big fan, Alex, aren't you? Alex Relisher. Young Lowry.
Fantastic young footballer. I'm not getting away from it.
Robinson, the boy.
Oh, aye, fantastic. You can tell he's right football brain and that. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the bench, but we've got a really good squad here. And no matter who plays, and who's in the squad, and who's fit and who's not. I'm even contemplating, what do you call it, a draw. That's not even in my vocabulary here. I'm telling you, this is a victory.
Here. I'm Bully Blue 1690. Know what I mean?
What do you support, Billy?
What team do I love? Do I love for? Glasgow Rangers. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you this much. I couldn't contemplate them having their one in a fucking row. Sorry for swearing.
You were doing awful so well there, mate. Right, too many Billies. Right, where are we? He's right, Billy's right. We shouldn't contemplate defeat. Blue Star.
No, in my vocabulary, it's 3 points. It's a must-win for me. I'm sorry, guys. I know you keep going down this line mathematically till it's mathematically impossible. Not for me. 3 points. We're playing at home. They done us that last game. We're out for revenge. We're out to win this league, and to do that, we've got to win all 7 games, and that's the mentality I have.
Well said, Blue Star. Exactly,
Stevie.
Aye, listen, although I'm saying whether it's a draw or no, I'm not giving up the league. It doesn't mean I don't want the 3 points. Of course I do. The bottom line is that 3 points is all that matters here on Sunday. We need to get it. We've got the crowd behind us. After the performance they put in the last game, the players shouldn't need told. They know what's at stake. Let's just get out there, play with the way we can play. We play, we win. And let's get the battle fever on, guys. I mean, just remember we had that big Greek forward there. I was telling them they had the better squad, the better players, and they're going to win the league and do us. What more do the Bears need? What more does the players need, man? Come on. Let's get out there and show them.
Here.
Oh, can I come in a wee minute here, buddy?
Aye, mate, aye.
I'll tell you, just to touch on Big Stevie's comments again, brilliant comments earlier on the first half, right? But see, you look back in it as well, right? We had no legs in that game, right? And in these All Firm game, you need legs, right? No, we had no Alfredo, right? Big Roof wasn't fit. Jack wasn't playing to the second half. They started with Diallo. So there's 4 players there they're doing before even a ball was kicked at Parkhead.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People need to remember that as well.
What you're saying, Billy. That's right. See what you're saying. That is right. That's fact about the players and whatever. But we were woeful in that first half, man.
Of course,
that should never ever happen. By the way, that was a total. They capitulated, mate. They keyed up the ghost. That should never happen when you're wearing that jersey against them. Never ever. And the bottom line, no matter who we put in, they should have done a lot better than what was done. But as I said, and I get back to it, we've had one bad 45 minutes in 2 years. One bad 45 minutes against them in 2 years. So what makes anybody think that we'll no run a riot with us Bob and Sunday?
Anyway, talking about people who always run a riot, we've been joined by my good friend, Andrew from Leeds.
Evening, guys. Great show.
Nice to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work, does it?
No, I just go along with it, don't I? You know, so I'm remarkably calm. Like I'm just a couple of buggers here sitting there waiting for it to come. I think you know they're doing the usual stuff, talking and all that. You know what I like about nothing's coming to Rangers. We're not saying nothing. But I'm pretty convinced after the way we played against them up there, we might be just saving our lives just to get a sorting out there on Sunday. We don't need to say anything. All we need to do is turn up there on Sunday and sort them. That's all the talking we need to do. And then what I'd like to do, although I'm jumping a bit, is absolutely punish them in the semi-final as well and really send them away. You know, but I think we'll be all right. We'll no play like that. We'll no. I don't know for what reason we did there in the last one where we just bottled it. Second half of that game, I thought we were a better team. We were taking a couple of their chances. It could have turned out awfully different in the last 15 minutes. I think we all kind of knew Morales wasn't going to be playing on. It looks like he's not playing. I'm quite happy for him to go with Ruth. I think he's looking sharp for the wee cameos, as I said the other night. I think he could be the difference, You know, somebody gets an injury, somebody comes in and lays his marker down. So, looking at it that way, we'll be all right. Great Rangers pulling out of that. That's great. You know how angry I was about that, right enough. But a logo doing that, it's good. I hope that galvanises all the fans now to get us behind what we need to do in these next few games to take us where we hope we're going to get. And that's how I kind of look at it at the minute, like, you know.
Alec, can you come, mate?
Totally agree with Andy there. That's what it's about. The support will be there. Numbers again. We'll be right behind the team from the start to the end. If we keep going back to the last game at Parkhead, let's not be kidded here. They done their homework on us. They hit us in the first 20 minutes and we just couldn't cope with it. We get the tactics wrong and that was it. We get fun out. But we've played in Europe. We've played teams here in Europe. You can get through the records there. Recently, Borussia Dortmund, you don't go to Germany and take 4 goals off the Germans and you bring them back to Ibrox and you should have beat them. All beat for the goal that was chopped off. So that tells you we're capable of doing here. We'll go and maul this mob on Sunday. I've no doubts about this. They go their day at Parkhead. They got the tactics wrong and they went for us and that was it. They scored goals. The second half, people say we played well. The game was already finished at half time. So we're going out there now. They seem to be full of all the confidence. That's all you're getting. For radio stations, social media, fans that you're bumping into walking down the street, you hear it all. Listen, we'll go out there 12 o'clock on Sunday, as I told you, and we'll be top of the league at back at 3 o'clock.
Here.
Andy, can you come?
Yeah, I just, like I said to you there the other night, I usually get a vibe on games, and 9 times out of 10 I usually get it right. You never really forecast what's going to happen in an Old Firm game right enough, but I just got a feeling we're going to sort these out. Whether it'll be a big score, I don't know, but as long as we get there, one more than them, that's all I'm bothered about. I think I just can't see us going anywhere near that last game we played there. For whatever reason we capitulated, I don't know. I think we just bottled it on the night there, as Alex just said there. They come out as early doors, and we weren't prepared to roll the sleeves up and match them, which that should never happen for any Rangers player against them or anybody we play. But that's gone now. We've put ourselves in this position, but what we've got is we've got a position where we can level it up and put the pressure back on them, and that's what we've got to look at and what we've got to strive to do there on Sunday. And if we come out and play, I'm with Alec. I'm not 100% confident, mate, but I think we'll get there. You know, we will because we have to, and you know that's what we've made our history on. You know, winning games when we thought we were down. Well, you know, come on, let's get it on. I can't. No, we're gonna. I'm convinced. I've not got the vibes, and I think we'll get the win. I don't know how big it'll be, as I said there, but I think we'll get the win. Yeah.
Stevie?
Listen, I've said it and I'll say it again. We play with one. I've no doubt in my mind our home record, our support and everything there. The Rangers will go and I will be joint top of the league come 3 o'clock on Saturday. Nothing else tells me different. They're doing a lot of yapping. The other side of the city, as I said, the big Greek boys said they're fitter, they're better individually, they've got the best team. Then that's his opinion. Let's just see what the Bears think about that then come 12 o'clock on Sunday. The bottom line for me is it's all about our attitude. If we come out with the right attitude, they've not got a home in hell. But see if we start, what we don't want to do is start quick, no get the goal and then let them grow into it. If we do that, then anything can happen. We've got to go get a goal and make sure we keep pounding them and don't stop. You're fitting their neck, don't take it off, keep going. Keep going and keep going. Don't think because you've got to go, that's it. You need to keep going with this lot and let them know. Get the game done. The way they done it to us the last game, they get the 3 goals and then that was it. It was no chance of coming back with that. But the bottom line for me is we've got a home record there. We've got the better players in my eyes, the better squad. So no matter whether Morelos are playing or no, we've got enough in there in my squad to go out there and get the 3 points.
All right, just a quick question for Andy before I go to Billy. Andy, just quickly, would you play Ramsey?
Well, he's been brought there for these games right enough. I'd throw another one in just so that he can give me a kicking right enough, but I would throw Davis in there as well. Davis, Ramsey and Jack. But the problem with Ramsey and Davis is, well, Ramsey, you've only got a sneeze on him and he's injured, isn't he? And Davis has been out for a while, but that's how I would go with my midfield. Not that I've got anything against the Scouse guy, by the way. But that's where I go with it. I think Davis could open them up in a way. And he knows how to hold the ball as well at the back there. So, the midfield, Jack Davis holding and Ramsey moving forward right enough. I'd be ash on the Scouse guy there right enough, but that would just be my personal there. I'd like to see Davis.
I love Stephen Davis, but I don't think he's proved his fitness.
No, I'll not.
No,
I don't think he wants him there now as well, to be honest with you. I think he's, got his building his team in mind for next season as well, knowing that Davis is not going to be there.
As much as I love Stephen Davis, stands a time wait for no man, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I totally agree. But it's just that, I could just see Davis doing that. You just see him coming back, couldn't you, and creating that one chance or opening him up. And I don't care, how long he's injured or he's got it. He's got the brain. And I think that could be vital in this game. Along with Ramsey, that's supposedly, he only plays for Wales, every other club he plays, but he's injured most of the time, right enough. So if he can come and give us 90 minutes, that would be good.
All right, Billy?
Aye, mate, I've got the battle fever on again, mate. But at the same time, buddy, I'm strangely calm, and I'm super confident at the same time, if that makes sense. I really think we're going to give him a right doing on Sunday. I'm not joking. I'm telling you, I really think I'm with Alec on this one. I'm telling you, I think you've got to give him a doing on Sunday. And listen, we're all talking about goals for, goals against, and this. Listen, stranger things have happened in these all-firm games.
Of course, but first and foremost, I think it's a game you want to win. Any game, any goals or anything is a bonus post that.
You look at the teams that we've walloped in that Europa. I.e., we all talk about it. You look at the Dortmund game, home and away. If our players go out with that mentality and that attitude, there only is one winner. It doesn't matter whether they've got a couple of wee foreign guys that are running about the park with a bit of speed or whatever. If our midfield go out and show the authority and the game plan that they'll be told to play, there's only one winner. And I want to see us going out with the authority and the game plan and producing in front of our own fans. They get 52,000 screaming them on. Go out and show their authority, win the game, win it handsomely if they can, but show who's boss. We owe them a doing for that last performance, the lack of performance that we put in. So for the first whistle, you go out and you dominate the game. And guys, if we produce anything like what we've done in Europe, we know what the result will be. It will be a definite 3 points, and that's all we need.
Oh, no. Okay. Actually, quite surprised at where the shows went tonight, Alex, for my shop. I thought we'd have been more focusing on the Australian tour when that broke. I thought people would have been putting their points of view, but now that it's done and dusted, it becomes fish and chip paper, mate, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It was a thing. It was a bit of worry there, and there was a kind of supporters have any ideas about it and that. They just say it's put to bed now, and that's it. Everybody's looking forward now to Sunday, and it's come out at the right time when they made the statement. Yeah, because we're all going to year. As I said before, the fans are all behind the team anyway, but even more if it was a slight wee bit of disagreement there between this and that one. It's all took away with now, and we can concentrate now and get the 3 points. That's absolutely necessary, on Sunday.
Fox has just messaged me and asked if anybody wants to buy two flights to Sydney.
You get 50 major points.
You move on, and obviously,
Fox.
Yes, mate.
See now that it's byway and we're not going to Australia, would you not love to see, and the reason I'm saying this is simply because Hamburg have just congratulated us on our 150th anniversary there, right? Mm-hmm. And they put up big things and they sent all their mascot and Herman the mascot, the dinosaur and all that. The things that Hamburg have done for our club lately, the way they've congratulated and everything, would it not be great to get these guys there and give them a game at Ibrox and get all their support out here and fill Ibrox full of the HSV boys and our boys who go on remarkably, absolutely impeccably. I mean, they're at Ibrox quite often, and our boys go to the Castle. That's the name of their place. And the friendship that we've got with these guys is absolutely second to none. Would it not be great now that that's earned by me? I mean, sit and gain the support of something they want and fill in Ibrox. And what a day out that could be.
Maybe I don't know. Obviously, Hamburg, I don't know how many German internationals, no many now,
No, that's what I was just about to say. It's not as if they're going to have a lot of German internationals in their team now. No,
when Stevie was talking about Herman there, I thought he was going to say Herman the Monster.
The dinosaur. But listen,
I think Bob Jar's joined us. Evening, Bob Jar. No, he's not. He's not with us. But fair point, Stevie. People have said about a tournament and that, but it would be difficult with clubs with players away, and it's expensive. These teams, Real Madrid, Arsenal, they don't come and play. Maybe pre-season a wee bit different when they're looking for games, but they'll want money to come and play, and then you've got to pay for it. And then if you're saying it's a commercial venture, Stevie, if you're just playing a game, you can cover the cost quite easily, yeah?
Aye, well, it'd be part of our 150 celebration year as well, wouldn't it? I mean, the guys, all the billboards that they put up in Germany and even here too, congratulate us. But they've done it absolutely. They went over the Call of Duty, to be honest. Hamburg, sorry, are to congratulate us. So would it not be nice to give them something back as well? Oh, but I'm just thinking, no, now that it's gone, we're going to have to look at something, aren't we? You know, keep us occupied. But we'll see what the future brings. I just hope the board listen to the fans from now on.
Here. Listen, the board can't be dictated to the fans, but they've got to do some things they've got to get right, Alex.
Absolutely, Ox. Yeah. they've got to make decisions in that. But I think we'd call it maybe broke down a bit of communication. If they'd probably set it a wee bit earlier, way the supporters to see the feedback, it probably wouldn't have went to the extent it went to right enough. But these things happen. They've got to make decisions as well for the benefit of the club and the bet. But okay, as I said before, maybe they're misadvised there, but it's all by now. But Stevie's made a great point. That's the kind of teams that you want to be associated with. Rangers and Hamburg. The fans, fan base, and the clubs ourselves united together. And they've done a good thing for us for the 150th anniversary. They're a few years back there in August when we were talking. I was doing it at Newcastle. Newcastle done the tournament in there away back. It was Feyenoord, Rangers, Newcastle, I think it was the Portuguese. It was a 2-day tournament. It was absolutely fantastic. I know it takes a bit of money in that, but these things could be put in place as well. But you need to get a club there that's not got a lot of internationals, as you say. But there's things to be done. And let's just go and back the board. Made a mistake and that's it. It's not by as far as I'm concerned.
Alex, see what you're saying there about the board. You're totally right, mate. The board have done absolutely brilliant for the club. They've done brilliant. The boy Busgrove's done brilliant since he came in. But, you know, he's took that his wee roadshow into the boardroom and he showed them it and they've seen the money and they've okayed it. It's not been the boy Busgrove's fault fully. It's just that they've scored a wee OG on this one. It's one thing. We can live with that. They know for on what we've got today, you know what I mean? Anything regarding that, Mob. Talk to the people that matter, man. Talk to the guys that matter, and that's the support. So they know what to do now, and let's move on. And no other thing I would love put to bed, Ali. I don't know if you agree with me, panel, but see this Club 82 thing. What?
You said I'd love to put to bed. I said Beyonce. Sorry.
What's your thing in your part?
That's the half. Right. So as I was saying, what I'd love to put to bed is this Club 1872 thing. I just feel as if they boys jumped on the bandwagon with this Sydney Cup thing to beat our board with a stick here. They've got in-house problems with the board before this Sydney Cup thing, and they're still going to be there now that this is away. And I just hope that they can sit down and keep their dirty washing out the public eye, because we don't want the media here beating us all with silliness. And let's be honest, it is silliness. Dave King offered the money. Rangers board would never have took that money off of Dave King, no matter what happened, whether they pay it or no. I just hope things correct themselves and they keep things in-house.
Before I bring Bob Chair in, they've actually renamed the tournament in Sydney. I think they're calling it the Rolf Harris Cup, but that's just a month. Right in.
Oh dear. What's this? Hello.
Yes, Bob Chair.
Hi, Bob Chair.
How you doing? What's this I've got myself in tonight? In bed with Beyonce, Rolf Harris, dear. I got flung off the airwaves. Getting worse than me. I've seen a photo of Beyonce today. You did 3 beds to get her on it. Anyway, how you doing tonight, boys? I'm with you all the way, mate. I really think that we're going to do this on Sunday. The word desire. The word is desire. Let's get out here. We're going to get a park heat performance again, only it's going to get turned on its heat this time, and it's going to be us that's going to dish it out. So let's get right at them. The first whistle to the last. That's my word. I've listened to the show, all right. Great point. Brilliant. I'm glad the Australia thing's put to bed. There we go. We're talking about getting put to bed again. I'm glad that's out the road. We're settled down. We're all united, though that we never were. I saw that last week. Rangers at war. Rangers were never at war. It was just a bit of confusion about the thing. Has been put to bed, sort it. We've got this big game on Sunday. We're all up for it. Let's hope we're all fit and ready and go for it. And I'm with you, big man. Let's do them. Here.
Billy?
Echo Bob, your shots at 110%, mate. 110%. That's what we're all about. Ranger at war. I never read so much nonsense in all my life. You know what I mean? United would stand divided with Follocks.
Aye, I'm all for strength in numbers, mate. Yeah, it helps. Yeah. Collective bargaining, that's a great idea in my book, but that's another story. Anyway, right, where are we? Aye, Bobja. We asked earlier, would you play Ramsey?
Yes, I said last night. Aye, I would. I says if you mind, I said last night he's a big game player. Come here with a big reputation. He's here for these big games. If he's at all near fitness, yes, definitely. Because the boy can play in these. He's a big game player. And he's a good gem. Yes, I would play him.
All right, okay. Right. We've got to talk about the manager now. Our manager, Giovanni's coming in. Obviously, he's a different character from Stevie G. Yeah. He's calm. Some people would say, and I'll go to Wishaw first, and then Blue Star. He's more tactically aware when he tweaks games during the game. Maybe Gerrard was more attacking minded. Came across better in the press. Kind of jobs Giovanni done. Alex.
I think he's done a fantastic job. When he came in, semi-final of the Hibs game, okay, there were people saying that he should have been in the dugout, but he hadn't, what do you call it, the visa or the works permit, sorry, to take the job, right? So that was a bit of a downer. Let's be quite truthful. After half an hour, you've seen exactly how we all felt coming out of there. But after that, he got a grip. It's not his players. He's sussed out exactly where he's playing. Tactically, I'd say he's maybe better than Stevie Gerrard. As much as Stevie Gerrard was absolutely fantastic for us and all, he had the foundations that were weak in Europe now, because it was something got the team with all the experience, and we've just carried it on. But Giovanni, to me, as you say, it's because he's laid back, and his press conferences is not as good as Stevie Gerrard's, but the guy definitely knows the game inside out. And I believe he'll have a plan in place for Sunday to deal with this mob. And I think he's doing absolutely wonderful. To think we're getting in the quarter-final of the Europa Cup compared to where we came from, it's quite remarkable. And we've got a right good chance in that as well. So, to me, he's definitely up there.
Poster.
I concur. What I would say is, I think initially when he came in, I think there's no doubt about it. We don't need to argue the point. I think he made mistakes when it came to some of the league games. We were all saying that we think now and again he should have made substitutions when he didn't. I think he learned for that. Where you've got to give him praise to the hill is the performances in Europe. He's been more astute than I think even Stevie G was. One, I think he started games going with his game plans when he looked at the opposing teams. He wasn't feared to try and tweak it during games, and we've seen it 2 or 3 times, especially in Europe, where he did tweak it. He would move a player across, move another one elsewhere, and it always seemed to work. So from that point of view, you can see, come to European style, the guy knows it all. He's played in it, and I think it maybe took him a wee while longer going with our games in the league, simply because of the stupid way some of our teams play. But he's definitely, I would say tactically, I think he's very, very tactically astute. I definitely do. And I think he's done real well, as results have proved. In Europe, the teams that we've popped out, i.e. Dortmund, they weren't the flukes. We played well both games and the following game. So what the manager's done brilliant. And you must remember, guys, he's doing it with a squad of players that aren't his, you know, and that takes time to get to know players. It's all right saying he played in Scotland. He played in Scotland years and years ago. The squads are all different. He's playing with a squad of players that aren't his, and he's done brilliant. You only need to look at the European results, so it can only get better for me.
Stevie?
What can we say? The guy's done a great job for me. You know, what can't speak can't lie. Look at it on paper. I think the guy's done a great job. I know a lot of people will say it's Stevie G's team and and all the rest of it. I mean, how many transfer windows has Gio had? Let's give the guy a chance to get his tootsies under the desk. I think he's a wee bit more tactical minded during games than what Stevie G was. I think there's a plan B and also a plan C if he needs it. And I think now the players are starting to buy into it more. So, for me, I can only agree that Gio's done a good job for us, I would say. He's come in right away and let's be honest. I mean, could we ask for anything more? I mean, look where we are now. I mean, April's going to be a make or break for our season. And if he comes through these 7 games, by God, we'll be building statues of him on the side of our bed. No? So, for me, he's done a good enough job. But he's listen, no manager lives without his faults. But let's hope, I think he has. He's learned for his mistakes. Surely the game at Parkhead, that opened his eyes up. You know, the boy Diallo and stuff like that. He's no daft. He knows what it's needed now, you know. So, for me, he's done all right, Ox. I'm happy days.
Billy?
Absolutely, mate. I was offered when I first heard that Giovanni was coming. I was all over it like a rash. Has he made mistakes? Of course he has. But what I think is maybe the problem when he first started, when you hear a lot of boys saying, well, he wasn't doing this, he wasn't making changes here, he should have been doing this, he should have been doing that. These things all take time for the manager to get an understanding with the players, and for the players the opposite way, to get an understanding of how the manager's thinking and what style of football the managers want to bring to the team, i.e. if he's want to change formation, or if he's want to play with a straight, maybe a 4-4-2 for talking's sake, or 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, and when you can change things in the team. And I think he was waiting to see what kind of players could adapt in certain circumstances in individual games, especially more so in Europe, but also when you've got the low block type scenario which we come up against near enough week in, week out, then we all know it's harder for that, for teams the way to sit in, for them to get run behind them to break teams down. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the way I think Gio has learned a lot for now. And listen, as Stevie says, by the way, I mean this could be the greatest season ever in the history of our club. And if Gio can get us over the line in these 3 trophies we're left in, to quote the words the old bridge boy, my goodness, eh?
My goodness. I tell you what, if he gets us over the line these 3, I would chuck it. That was him if he gets us over the line. Anyway, I think we're Ian from YouTube. How are we doing, Ian?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good to hear from you, Mucker. What's on your mind?
Maybe a minute. What's that, Skippy? Skippy? Oh, the Australian tour's been called off. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Great news. Right, we go now. We go. Bye.
You're going to flip on the...
I was just Tie me kangaroo down, boys. Tie me kangaroo down. Chicka chicka ching.
Oh, brilliant.
What's on your mind, Ian?
Just about Sunday, the match. I know I've been saying this all season, and most of the games that I'm confident we'll win these games, and I know the hammering we got at Portkeed, but all the media and attention's all going on them. Other fans, other players are posting this, that, and the next thing. We've been quietly in the background just getting on with our business this week, and I think we will beat them. I think they're in for a fright, because I think Rangers are going to come out straight for the first whistle and go right at them, because that's the only way to beat them, is go right at them, and they're going to get a wee bit of a fright. And I hear you call him, I'm getting blew over the wind and the taxi and claimed a penalty. They call him Kyogo. Aye, he's supposed to be on the bench, so he might not be.
chopsticks.
No, Billy.
Hello?
Carry on, Billy. Carry on. Carry on, Ian.
I don't know who's talking to. I was just saying that I think we'll win. I think we'll win 2-0 on Sunday. I'm confident about it. I'm always confident about certain things. Certain times I'm not confident, but that time I am, because, as I say, I think too much attention has been put on them. We've been quietly going about our business, and that's usually the way it goes. And no, I'm definitely Rangers will win on Sunday. I'm confident about it. And Andy,
in you come, mate.
I totally agree with what everybody's saying, right enough. On the Geo one, me and Suggs have been batting around quite a lot for the last couple of weeks over this one, right enough. I think he's better aware of it than Gerrard is, definitely. I think he's stubbornness at the beginning, I'll play it my way or no way, kind of put us in the position we're at now, being 3 behind. After we got the doing up there, you realise that I had to change things around and start using his subs a wee bit and all that. I think when he gets his own players, that's the time to really judge him. So yeah, a game pass marks definitely, and we still got a lot to play for there, right enough. As Ian's just said there, I'm the same. We're saying nothing. I usually get a vibe me, and I think when we're like this, it's like we're just listening to what these people are on about. Bear in mind, it's all them that are doing the spouting. We don't have to say nothing, but just turn up there on Sunday. We do that, as I said earlier on. We'll be okay.
Yeah, totally agree.
And you come, Bob, yeah?
I couldn't agree with the boys that covered the ground there excellently. Like I said, I've got full confidence about Sunday. About Gio, I was really excited when he was appointed manager. Gerrard, you built the bricks, you built the foundations rather, and set us off in Europe and set us off domestically. And I think Gio at some point is going to carry it all on. I think he's done a great job. I think he's a great young manager, and he's going to prove the point. This is a most testing time coming up, lads and lassies, so let's grab the bull with the horns, as they say, and go for it. I'll sign out Hawks and give somebody else a chance. And I'll see you after the game on Sunday. As Brad says, come on in, Jers. Everybody needs you. Okay. Good night, lads.
Right. Cheers, Bob, yeah. Cheers, man.
Right, lads, I'm going to go as well.
Cheers,
and
Bob.
thanks for letting me on.
Always good to have you on, Skippy.
I'll see you on Sunday.
Cheers. Cheers.
All the best, mate.
Yeah.
Right, all the best, right. Ta-ra, ta-ra.
Right, okay. Where are we? Who we left with? Alec and we're left with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right, okay.
I know he's just going to say the ugly one, isn't you? You're just going to say it, aren't you?
No, I've got to use a good one, no, mate. I've got to use a good one.
All right, well, I'll take that while it's lasts.
I've got to. You're a whole different character to me now, mate. I've got you. Yeah?
Well, we'll see. We're not losing at the moment, are we?
No, we've not lost for 2 weeks, mate. We've not lost for 2 weeks. Anyway, right, okay. Aye. Ian, he's very sensible, low key, and says that he usually gets it right. And he predicted for us we could get a result in Dortmund. I don't know if you can remember that, Stevie.
Listen, mate, if he can get Skippy a taxi, he can be right about the game because he can't get taxis these days. So, as you find out, gone to Bridge Saturday night.
Aye, I know, mate, I know.
Skippy got a taxi, a face mask, there you go.
Another you're in beside Alex for Wishaw.
No, he's very good at his predictions. I've got to say that. He did say in Dortmund we get a result out there. Well done, Ian. Guy knows his football.
Aye, he loves the Rangers, aye, loves it. Loves it. Blue Star?
Aye. Well, I thought you were going to ask me a question there.
Ian's confidence, you know. Just wanted your thoughts.
Absolutely, and it's good to hear. As I say, honestly, I'm the same. My attitude is, if our players go out and play the way they can, as I've said all night, if we can go out and play the way we did against Dortmund, etc., goodness me, there's nobody in Scotland can play that style of football. There's nobody in Scotland's got that ability to play that way, except us. So it's all down to the attitude. As Stevie keeps using that same word, it's all down to the attitude of our players. If they go out with the proper attitude, then we win the game. And that's it in a nutshell. We've got the ability. We've proved it. We've beat teams that are far, far, far way in advance of our whole squad. And we went out, it wasn't just one-halves. We went out over a period of games and beat them. So that's the calibre of performance that we need. That's the calibre of performance that we can do. Therefore, it's down to the attitude of our players.
Here. Aye. Attitude always plays a part in all forum games, Stevie. Yeah? You've got to get the right attitude there, but you grind it out. You've got to. It's a big part of the game, isn't it?
You come on the park with a mindset. You win your personal battle right away. You let the person you're up against know he's in a game, and then you just concentrate on your football and take it right into them and get that crowd going behind you. And once you've got that, man, as Blue Star says, if we come out with a mindset, the way we did against Dortmund, the 2 games, we were outstanding. I mean, they came, they gave it their best shot. They played us off the park at one point, and teams could have easily broke, and we didn't. We stayed together, and we got back into the game. We made Gio made the tactical change, put Big Bass out of left back, and we started playing again, and it was outstanding. And what a night we had against them. And that was them had two bites at us, the old Dortmund, and they couldn't beat the Rangers. And if we can play like that, who's stopping us? Who's stopping us, man?
Here. Billy?
I concur on everything the guys are saying. We are a far better football team than that mob, far better. We turned up, we won our individual battles. First and foremost, we've got the legs this time, and we've got the footballing ability and cleverness. We've got pace in our team, we've got football players in our team, we've got players in there that can mix it if we need to mix it. We've got a fantastic captain there that's going to be driving his own. We've got Big Bassy on the opposite side of the park that's got to be driving his own. We've got one of the best keepers ever in the history of Scottish football. Between the sticks, we've got absolutely nothing to fear. Nothing. Bring it on. Bring it on, Ox.
Yeah. Andy, can I ask you something? What does Shug think of Giovanni?
He's not sure it'll work out for him. He wants it to, obviously, but he don't think he's going to get it totally in Scotland. With the ruggedness and all that, right enough. It's usually the other way around. I keep saying, I said, just give him a wee bit of a chance, which he's prepared to do, right enough. But as he said, he hopes he's wrong, right. But it's just something that he can't gel with him. If you get what I mean, he just. I don't know what it is, right enough.
Mm-hmm.
But he's more football minded, brain minded than me. Like, you know what I mean? And he studies all the tactics and all that. But I said to him today, I said, look, Shugs, you've got to wait until he gets his own players in, see what's happening. He's playing with, only like 14 guys. The rest are around there. He's not willing to play them, so he can actually see who he trusts there and out. He gets it right enough, but I think he's anxious. He's the same as well. We don't want to go through the season winning nothing. And you know what the Rangers support's like. I can say this. I think you'll agree. If we come off winning nothing, he'll get absolutely hammered because that's the nature of he's being a Rangers fan. And we don't really want that to happen, do we?
Comes with the territory, mate.
It comes with the territory, yeah. And I think that's what's bothering him as well, right enough. But I tell him he's wrong. For once he's wrong. He always rang anyway, but I just keep him on side, like, He'll be agree, mate, up there, right enough. But nah, he's winning the same as us, all right enough.
Of course, I just wanted.
We're impatient now, aren't we? You know.
Interested on his views. Alex, for Wishaw, these the young team, mate. This could blow their mind.
Oh, they're going there now. They're all going to their races in Saturday, right? A full lot of them. So that's the same out. Sunday, they'll book up Little Ark, all ready to go to the game, and they're all expecting a Rangers victory as well. And I'm telling you now, it's in the stars. This is the year 150th anniversary, the 50th year of the Barca Bears. We are going to be successful. That's all I'm going to say. And we'll win, definitely.
It's just been announced that my Jazz has smashed through the 40,000 membership. There you go.
There you go. Amazing. Amazing.
What was that? About $1.5 million revenue for the club?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Ox, was it you saying starting for next year you're getting my Jazz points for using the pie shops and that inside Ibrox?
You're going to become a platinum member, mate.
Wait, he's laughing at. I'm dead serious, man. I'll be platinum. I'll be up there with Her Majesty shortly. I'll be platinum, man. Be
Right, he's been waiting patiently all night. Billy, give us your team.
Oh, I was. Do you know this, Ox? I was actually sitting here and I says, "Big Ox, he's got to dingy me. It's a certainty." And I was so disappointed. So, but listen, can I give you my two teams or just one?
Just before you go any further, I've got my work tomorrow, so hurry up.
I'll give you my two teams quickly, right?
Right.
4-2-3-1, right? McGregor, Tav, Golson, Hollander, Bassey, Jack, and Lundstrom sitting in. Aribo, Ramsey, Kent, and Roof, right? And my other team, the 4-3-1-2. McGregor, Tav, Golson, Balogun, Bassey. A midfield 3, Camara, Jack, Aribo. Ramsey's my number 10 again, and Kent and Roof up top.
All right, interesting. But I'm sure there'll be more theories, more forums, and more debate about it tomorrow night, Stevie. A lot of the teams are similar, but a lot of them are similar. Stevie?
Aye, listen, you're totally right. All the teams are similar, bar an odd tweak here or there, and obviously we need to wait and see what's happening with Alfie, you know, but they're good teams as Bully put out there, you know, they're alright, you know, but we just need to wait and see. My team would have probably been Richie Shearer, Caldow, Greg McKinnon and Baxter, but that's a different story. That was me back in the day, but guys, we're the Rangers. No matter who we put out there, we're capable of doing this, mob. And that's just how I see it. And see, well, I'm on a wee roll. I was at the European Rangers Convention, right? And
Yes.
I give a wee shout out, big pal Tony for Govan. The memories all came back up there on my phone, and I was looking at them. Me and that man stood in a dancing, and we were drinking coffee at 1 in the morning. There you go. And Tony, if you're listening, mate, I hope to meet you at Benidorm this year. Okay, mate? Thanks, Ox.
All right, I've been asked by somebody to give a shout out because it was his 21st wedding anniversary. 21st wedding anniversary. But because he's asked, he's not getting it, Andy. He's a good pal of yours. There you go.
I don't know if you put salt with him right enough. That's it.
The woman deserves a medal, man.
You want to get a swatch of his picture on his wedding day.
Yeah.
Give him a shout out.
No.
I know who he's talking. Give him a shout out. That's terrible.
He thinks it's Glenn Michael's cavalcade, mate. You write a letter in, we shout out, but we're all right. You're the birthday question.
Paladin.
To Mrs. Kelly, have a good night. It might not last long, but all the best. Right. Okay. Right, where are we? Right. Andy, thanks for the call. Blue Star, good to hear from you. And of course, the one and only Alex for Wishaw. Great as always.
Oh, Oxley, a brilliant show.
Over to you, Billy. Time to say night-night.
Well, night, guys. What can I say, Ox? Fantastic show, mate. It just gets better and better and better every night. So thanks to your good self, Ox, for asking me on. Thanks to Big Stevie Boy for being my fellow panellist. Cheers to Fox and the technical boys. Fantastic callers, mate. And I'll tell you one thing, by the way, that one-liner with Flipper was absolutely brilliant, by the way. I actually put myself on to mute because the tears were running down my face. Absolutely superb stuff. And let's do this mobbing Sunday, guys. Let's do them.
All right, okay. Cheers, mate. Stevie.
I can only say what Billy was saying there. Thanks to Billy and yourself for having us on, being my wingman, Billy, and the Bears, the way they conducted their sale on here the night. Absolutely fantastic, the way we should. We always get a wee chuckle. We always get a good old one-liner in there. And I must admit, I think it was Ian that was talking to Skippy tonight. That was 10 out of 10. That was fantastic. We daft things like that make a show. Thanks for having me, Ox. And come on, the Teddy Bears on Sunday, man. The battle fever's well and truly on.
Thanks to all the callers tonight. Thanks to each and every one of them. Thanks to Stevie and Billy for hosting the show. Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. Thanks to each and every one of you for listening. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10. Bridge will be back, joined by the one and only Southside. Stay safe and take it away, Old School Blue.
Ever since I recall, I have followed football, and ingrained in my heart are the Rangers FC. Through good and the bad times, of happy or sad, it will always be Rangers for me. For when I was lost, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. And I vowed to my dad, if I would have a lad, I would show him the way as he did on that day. And so here I stand with young Lyle by the hand, after walking down Paisley Road West. For when I was lost, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. There's a great sense of pride that I feel deep inside as I'm watching the Jazz with my father and son. And it's sure safe to say, at the end of the game, win or lose, we will all follow on. For when I was lost, I was led by the hand down the Paisley Road West. I will never forget that beautiful sight of the red, blue and white. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life. From that day I'd be Rangers for life.